Yes, here after the countdown. Hello, everyone. Finally, I made it. Broadcast is here. I have started this before, tried to be on time, but apparently it was just a recording. So I am here to present live. First of all, thank you very much for watching, joining this class. It is, I prepared a quick presentation to make sure that I deliver all the topics I wanted to address today. I hope everyone is well. Today I made a quick video to talk about like recent intense energies, how everyone is feeling. I can see your comments, hopefully, from the multiple platforms. I am fine. Who is saying that I am fine? Yes, I'm doing well. It's like a lot of integration, processing, absorbing, also grounding as well. So, but it's all good. It's all good for us. Hey, Mai, welcome. Hello. Thank you very much for being here. Hearts and thank yous. Thank you. The topic is really important. Like I wanted to do the PowerPoint presentation because I had so many ideas, but I didn't know what to say. You know, I don't know if you have been there yourself. Before the presentation, it can go like, your mind can be like trying to sort out all the data. So hello, Carly. Hello, Gemma. Welcome. How are you doing, guys? Are you fine? How are you feeling after the roller coaster recently? What is that? Was it serious, Kate? See you next July. I will just sleep over the first week of July next time. But we have Lionsgate coming in 8th of August. Until then, keep the frequency and vibration high and high. We will keep asking our higher selves to bring more. I want more love. Give me love. Give me love. So this kind of the spirit of the time. So today I'm talking about Oversoul, realignment, and integration in multidimensional consciousness studies. This is like a term I created around what I'm sharing in my book, Multidimensional Consciousness and the New Earth, and in my workshops. Okay, let's look at the objectives. So how do I do that? I just go to that. Okay. What are we going to talk about today is now keys to building a relationship with our souls. So let me finish this fully, and then at the end there will be questions at the end. And before I start, I normally do kind of intention setting and heart opening. I love opening my heart and opening my field to send everyone light energies. So let's do all of us the same ground, connect with heart, with intention. And also invite your higher selves, because we will be talking about them. Hey, yes. So invite your higher selves and your spirit guides, who will be your teachers, who are your guides, way showers. Yes, it was intense. See, Carly is feeling the same way I felt. So let's open our hearts and set an intention to receive all what needs to be received for each one of you. And also request protection, love, wisdom in multiple ways. As we learned so far, channeling of all this light and love energies are also like lectures in frequency and vibration we are receiving. Today in the short video, I was sharing that it is like the journey is, yes, it is about ascension, but at the same time, from the eyes of our higher selves and from the source self, it is like kind of diving into our presence on earth. Like, are we becoming holy, or are we becoming like more and more human? So it depends. I will show you an illustration to help you visualize what I'm talking about. So with this whole intention, let's just quickly feel our hearts. I'm sending out all this multidimensional consciousness field energies. So our minds are adjusted to receive this information. Open your hearts and feel that you are loved, nurtured. I will invite my own guides, my teachers, my soul teachers. I always say Ascended masters are cool, but archangels rock. So we invite all of them to bring us love and light. Yeah, that's good. So let's look at what is in the agenda. Okay, keys to building a relationship with our souls. Of course, this is something difficult to classify, but I did my best. I like keeping things very basic, very simple. What do realignment and integration mean? So the headline, the title for this event is Realignment and Integration. And how can we use this connection? Using the multidimensional consciousness system for creating communication and collaboration with Oversouls. And what does that mean? And then questions. So it will be a short one. So the first one is keys to building a relationship with Oversouls. Yes, your screen is moving. That's perfect. This is technology working. We checked it. Keys to building a relationship with Oversouls. Yes. So I will share only 4. These are like a fundamental keys. First of all, it is heart connection. What do I mean by this heart connection? It is a must. It is a must. And also it is the most fundamental multidimensional ability, as I learned in my journey and from my teachers in the multidimensional realm. And like, what does that mean is like heart connection is the gateway to go into your own pillar of light. In the multidimensional consciousness studies, we keep emphasizing that you are a multi-layered being. You are a collective consciousness unit happening at the same time simultaneously on multiple layers. And the idea is that creating that system, the way, the study, to help this communication, collaboration, and information exchange to take place with ease. That meaning that you will be able to tap into your higher selves and also study in the realm, in the whatever is the dimension that you are. You will be easily receiving that information. So it is like heart connection is like, so this is where you go like, okay, when you dive into the sea in the summer, this is where you jump into this deep sea, right? Like to the underwater. So this is heart connection, where you dive into yourself and then go open your eyes into your to this pillar of light, because we are visualizing that in the rational mind as a like a building rising higher and higher. So it is actually, you can visualize it as a deeper or like an onion. That doesn't make any difference. So as long as we are rationalizing, we are just putting it into a linguistic context. So we have to bring some metaphors. So you are diving through your heart connection. That heart is opens to allow you to do that. Secondly, it is like, okay, I shouldn't change the screen. Setting intention is another key for building a relationship with Oversouls. Setting intention is also what we always talk about. We use as a technique to give direction to the journey, to each meditation, to each spiritual practice, consciousness practice. So it gives direction to the journey and the creation. So setting intention is actually an action. And it's like the system that your higher self connection will work. I set an intention to receive love. I set an intention to learn this. I set an intention to release this. So this is like a command. But if you lose that connection, which is the fundamental key, what you are setting intention is just praying to an external God. So you have to remember that is the heart connection, that you are connected to the source. Then your intention echoes in your inner land. So it's like a heart connection, and setting intention brings the journey. Like knowing that you are working with yourself, within yourself, and your intention is to give and receive. That is happening inside you. So you are tapping into your inner wisdom. Your higher self connection is your inner wisdom. If you don't have that connection, you will go like, God, please give me this, give me that. This is not something setting intention is not that. So third is activating the multidimensional nature. Because we do that journey, like diving into this water, through this gate, what is happening is we activate the multidimensional nature. So you are kind of that self, that aspect, that nature of yourself, is able to kind of in fluidity and flexibly align with this travel journey, and be aware of the multiple layers, and anchor on the higher and higher dimensions. So I'm not talking about parallel realities, past or future. No, the journey in multidimensional consciousness studies is vertical. This doesn't mean higher. This means vertical. It could be higher or lower, up or down. It's kind of wherever you need to be, you will be. So that is the system will align you with where you need to be, but you are always tapping into the source through your heart. That alignment, intention aligns you. Communication is the fourth key. Ignites the information exchange, practices, training, and guidance, and you keep communicating. You keep communicating. That is the, even with setting intention, even with just intention setting is the communication. You might receive some information in words, images, sensations, or in silence. That is communication. Communication doesn't have a specific form. Some people don't even notice that they are receiving information and communicating with their higher self. Somehow, in a couple of days, they suddenly know the answer. And sometimes life unfolds in a way that they learn the answer in the way that is best for them. So communication is just being present, being open, being vulnerable, being setting the intention and just being present to what is there. So keys is, let's see, what I was talking about. It is how keys to building a relationship with Oversouls, as known as higher selves or vertical incarnation. This is how I define this in my book, Multidimensional Consciousness and the New Earth, because it is like a you and you and you and you. It is like your higher and higher incarnations. So you are, as a multidimensional being, you are an extension of yourself. But because we are disconnected with time, space, and veils of perception, we don't sense ourselves as in this entirety. So in this system, what I'm trying to introduce is there is a way to break through that matrix, this fixated sense of self, through the heart gate, and then swim through the pillar of light to kind of have a chat, have a cup of tea with yourself. And this communication, this togetherness, this collaboration, working together, helps you grow in a very, very joyful, very compassionate way, because you are open, you are there, you are present. So, okay, I have a lot to say, but I think time is limited. What do realignment and integration mean? So realignment, it is remembering the connection. It's like you are already aligned, but just realignment, just noticing that you are remembering that connection, which is, and like being open to it. Your higher self doesn't need to play games to get your attention. So you are there, you are just aware, and you are open. You are remembering that what I'm saying, this entirety of yourself in totality, remembering the integrity of that layered being, that collective consciousness unit you are. You are an extension, but at the same time, you are the whole. Realignment is just remembering, being present to that sensation, and it will go deeper and deeper. You will go deeper and deeper in experience. Your higher self wants to be with you. So you just open your heart and recognize the voice, recognize the frequency, recognize the love. You allow it to come and be settled within you more and more. So this is realignment. Realignment is remembering who you are. Each time you practice with memorizing, with tapping into that memories of what you had when you are connected, and just bringing it back again and again, being realigned. And integration is, in my seeing and experience, downloading your consciousness into your presence on earth. So it is, I wish I had other ways to describe it, but it is as you hold space for yourself to be more and more like welcoming yourself and being open space for you to be with you. This union, this integration leads to a union. There is nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. It is not vertigo I'm talking about. I know we feel in vertigo after the recent updates. There is nowhere to go. Only a self to welcome in its entirety. So we are welcoming the self. And we should have the joy of this union. This integration is just being in that communication, being present to the energies, the exchange of love and information, working together. Integration is step by step. The purpose is very important, soul mission, because you work together. Also, like whatever you are doing in your everyday tasks, you can always connect and work together with your oversouls. So this will help you with integration more. So you are bringing yourself into you. This is why I'm choosing the word downloading yourself. Like people say, like, oh, the downloads are coming. Like, where are they coming? They're coming from our hearts, our being, our deep inner wisdom is coming into unfolding. Actually, we are not receiving it from sky. That would be like, externalizing still. So we are always within our pillar of light. We are within ourselves. There is no third party. So we are just here to remind each other that we don't exist. We are just one singular consciousness and experiencing the same sourceness from different perceptions in unique ways. But we are actually, it's like every human being is also a collective consciousness, because we have this layered being. Multidimensional consciousness studies are looking at this from a special way, I would say. So, okay, some visuals for illustration, because sometimes with words it's not so clear. This is like a simple one, but don't take any these visuals as like a as like ultimate illustration. All the words, all the visuals, they are just signs. They have no meaning apart from what we put into them. So where we use them. So we release all that. Don't take it as a must. So it's just an illustration. So here is the source, which is in your heart, and there are these like branches coming out. Infinite number of monads. This is from soul monad theory. And these oversouls are dividing into other 12 souls and 12 souls. So this is like in tree of life and soul monad theories. This one tree opens like infinite thick branches, and then other branches. So this is like an illustration for how the consciousness from one source opens up. And then the journey is, so my question about the ascension and whether we are going up or coming down. So coming from here, if this we tap into this source connection through our heart gate, right? This was the most fundamental, this is the key, first key, the fundamental connection, a highest multidimensional ability. If you are connecting to your heart, then we have a case. So this is where the source light, source self, in my also terminology, source self. So where you are fully, okay, let's feel. So open your heart and set an intention to feel the source light within your heart. Allow it to just show yourself. See in our practices, we see this chest area as a inner temple. Go into your temple. Ask your source self to unite with you. And just see that light being. Feel the energy. Let it expand. Inhale, exhale. Receive the blessings of your source self and your guides. Sink into that light. Drop all your expectations, your ideas about this union. Accept it as it is, embrace it. Love it. Love is a huge energy. So this is something like that. It's like a source light connection, source self connection within your heart. You are tapping into the source within yourself. So this is what I'm talking about. If you are praying to an external God, that is setting intention without this connection, that is not setting intention. But in that state, you are actually opening your gate to the pillar of light. So that is important, that light, that being, that oneness. And it can go deeper and deeper and deeper. Let's move. So in that source, look at that funny cloud. That is what is in your heart. This is where we were experiencing. So think about that, all the trees within your heart. So what we are doing is it's like the sources where you are trying to go will come back into your heart. Wherever you go, you will find it within your heart. Oh my God, I have made all the journey up and down through all the multiple layers, went through higher dimensions, like worked so hard, really so hard, and this what I reached happens to be within my heart. So that is the source. So this is the question: is the journey upwards or downwards? So are you coming down into yourself, like coming down towards yourself, like coming from source to reach your earthly being, or your earthly being is trying to go and become the God, the source? But what about if your source, if this source is actually within your heart? Where do we perceive ourselves? So like whatever we build, we deconstruct. And that is perfect in multidimensional consciousness system. So because it's all about perception, awareness, and experience, it's not about information, what we learn, it's about what we experience, what we build. There's nothing right and wrong. So if you are in alignment, if you are in integrity, then you are in the journey, in the game. And you are not building, oh, this is this, okay, let's take a note of this. Yeah, you can take a note of the sensations, experience what an awareness that helps you to create that connection and communication. Can we communicate and collaborate through this pillar of light? So my question is, are you seeing no, you're not seeing my mouse thing. You are seeing, no, you are not seeing. So yeah, you are seeing. So there is one extension here, and then here, and then here. My question is, the technique I'm showing, can you have a meeting, all these, with all your oversouls and higher selves, and talk about your progress and your projects and your physical reality, your spiritual journey, your creative projects? Then this is working. Then there is a relationship, a collaboration. So how do you think this higher and higher selves can help you? So what do you think they know? What type of resources they have? How do you think they can show you the way? So most importantly, how do you know if this is your higher self? So coming back to the keys again, heart connection, setting intention, activating multidimensional nature, and then communication. So this is why we are talking about having this collaboration, communication as a collective consciousness unit. You are one. You are one. You are the same thing happening on different layers of existence, which is also a game of awareness. And I recommend joy as the best energy. So try to go and have a dance, like set a ball, like a rave with your higher selves, dance with your higher selves, read poetry with your higher selves, and feel the connection. This is where multidimensional consciousness system comes into the play. So the system I'm recommending, suggesting is something that I am actually, how I am consciously and unconsciously operating for so many years, especially when writing, channeling information. So this is like with my guides and my higher selves, I have been creating this project to make it understandable for others. So what are the pillars, what are the principles, how does that work, how people can resonate with it, and what type of field and energy would help them. Because multidimensional consciousness field, also I explained that in the book. Also in the workshop, I will be, like at the moment I opened it, but it's like we will go deep into that. In the workshop coming, I will talk about it. So in that field, you will have, you will experience that fluidity and flexibility and how it is possible and what techniques can help you. So this is all what I'm introducing. How can we use this connection? That is important question. So Oversouls and myself, what we can do together. A human, because we talked about this pillar of light, and think about that you are actually residing on multiple layers, and you are also like this entire building is you, but you are actually thinking that you are the bottom flat, but there are like, do you think they are neighbors, or you don't even hear their noise of sometimes, like you maybe hear the flat above, but not the higher and higher. So what we are doing is like multidimensional consciousness system introducing an elevator-like conscious elevator-like an elevator. Yes, a human being. So you can actually align, go up and down flexibly. A human being is a collective consciousness. So this building, this light building, this pillar of light is you. You are not your earthly presence. A human being is a collective consciousness, you and your neighbors. You are dwelling on the same consciousness lineage. Visualize this collective consciousness as a column of light, like from here to here, like many layers. So this is like a column of light, a pillar of light. Build a heart connection. If you are thinking that you are opening from here, that heart connection opens the gateway. A multidimensional nature travels through this lineage and observes, learns, studies, works. That is you. That is an ability of your being that we forget. Shamans use it. They call it energy body or dreaming body, and they use it like astral projection, things like that. So we are using as a waking life, consciously knowing what we are doing with intention and everything. Recognize the source light within you. How can we use? Okay, I'm explaining the steps, I think. A human being is a collective consciousness. Let's accept that and visualize this pillar of light. Build the heart connection. Recognize the source light within you as we did. Set intention to connect and communicate. This is like how we start the journey of connection. Remember that you form a consciousness unit together. So you are within yourself. Always keep that heart connection intact. If you are disconnected, come back to the heart connection. That is the key. Use the field of multidimensional consciousness system. use the techniques to connect and communicate. So how I teach this is something I want to share with you. I have created a retreat in June. This was the first time we opened our school in the higher dimensional realms. It sounds weird to say, but it is so. So we have after intense work in the higher dimensional realms, School of Multidimensional Consciousness is open and operating. What I do is, because I use this my field in my events, I actually now give initiations to help people to connect with the school, with their own school in the higher realms. How does it work? It is a school, collective co-creation, collective school, but it is all unique to you in terms of how you perceive and how you study with this school. So with this initiation, that alignment and this direct communication, traveling through the layers become possible. In the day one, we talk about what is the multidimensional consciousness system and what is it for. And also what is the multidimensional nature, and I show you how do we awaken it. And the School of Multidimensional Consciousness is introduced, and I give initiations for you to be able to connect with your school and remember what is within your consciousness lineage through this invoking the school. You can invoke the school and align the school, the system, multidimensional consciousness system will work if you follow the principles. In day two, we talk about Oversouls, integration more, and how does it help us? What do we do with it? Concepts of alignment and integrity is so important because we need to be aligned, this heart connection, the source self, and we need to also be aware that we are, as a collective consciousness unit, we are one. And in integrity, just perceiving yourself in integrity, in entirety, knowing that you are from here to the moon and back, you are one. Setting intentions, this is like so many practices. We do a lot of practices, and we talk about soul purpose and conscious projects. The purpose is very important in the multidimensional consciousness studies because what you do with your higher selves, your source self, with your guides, with your soul teachers, you work on the soul purpose. Soul purpose is so important. It is the purpose, not just you, your consciousness lineage inherits to you because you have the wisdom to accomplish it within your lineage. Like a human being has this ancestors, right? In the linear time, like you go back to 7 generations back. So in the vertical line, we have the consciousness lineage. So we are inheriting this consciousness from our tree of life, these branches extending through us to coming to earth. So the purpose is our purpose as a collective unit. And how we are going to achieve that purpose is going to be quite a big topic. Because throughout that, accomplishing your purpose, creating your projects, you will be chatting a lot about it, and you will be shown so many ways to purify, to release, to integrate, so you can achieve your purpose in life. So you can bring that, wisdom, these resources, these abilities through you and manifest it. So it sounds like a miracle what you're doing, but on the 8th dimension, it is possible. So I got tips from the 8th dimension. Oh no, this is my 10th dimensional self. So in that alignment, in that integrity, this sense of self, you are building also this collaboration and communication as if you are a collective group. That is juicy. That is really nice. That is... it's like so sweet, and it grows you. It helps you grow tremendously. The school is an ancient school, so it is like maybe lost. I could say like, okay, it is a lost wisdom found. It's a lost knowledge. It's like, I don't want to put it into some context. Just there is a school. There is literally a school. That's literally so when we opened it. It was like a great grand ceremony. And yes, I can give you initiation to you for that, and you can meet your teachers and see the classrooms and be in that field. And school finds you, you just invoke, school will connect with you. Yeah, it works as a system, and yeah, it's really a delight to experience. With experience, what I'm sharing will make sense, but otherwise, it is just what I'm giving is just the headlines. On the day 3, collaboration with higher realms. So this is what I was saying. Some of the things in your purpose, also on your journey, might sound impossible to achieve on the consciousness level you are, because it requires high frequency and high vibration. Also, it doesn't seem like doable because of this and that. So, but in when in your collaboration with higher realms, you will be communicating with your teachers. I will be holding space and creating the event for the meeting to happen. So you will be collaborating, meet your collaborators, and show your intention to willingness to work together, setting intention to be collaborating. So let trust that in the flow, within your meditations, in your practices, in your everyday life, it starts flowing. So we create that experiences and alignment so things can work to serve you in the best way. And we'll talk about multidimensional abilities. Let's remember what is the most fundamental multidimensional ability. It is the heart connection, because without heart connection, there is no any abilities at all. So we are just separated physical being, separated on a dimension somewhere down there on the line. The opening heart starts all the process. And in the day 3, invoking the school to study in the multidimensional realm. So we activate the school, because normally when I do the events, I open my field and align, adjust frequency and vibration of the group, so we can go into some higher dimensional realities, the zones, to absorb the energies, absorb the information, and meet our teachers. But since during the 2-day retreat I didn't need to open the field. My guides told me, you don't need to anymore, because you have given the initiation. School works like that. That was a miracle. I was like, whoa, we made it. So it is all intention creates. And in the creation is also remembering. Let's remember that is not something this is why school defines itself as the remembering, school of remembering the self. So we all have that promise to ourselves. I want to know myself. I want to remember who I am. So this is how your school comes into play. We all have schools in the higher dimensional layers. Think about that. The system is kind of connecting this to that school. Think about it as a building. Think about it as a school of thought, school of lost knowledge. Like whatever you need to know, it is with that intention you are able to connect and study in the higher realms. Because the idea was that human beings are multidimensional beings, and the multidimensional consciousness studies at the core trust that, emphasizes that human beings needs to awaken the master within themselves. So you are the masters. You need to awaken the masters. So how these masters are going to be trained in the multidimensional realm? So multidimensional training zones. So there are like deeper guidance on that. But I'm just giving more generic explanation. I don't know if it's helping. School is coming into play to provide a training zone for the multidimensional masters to manifest themselves. So so you can go and be trained on higher realms. How are we going to do that? Not at the gym in the neighborhood. So we have to go through the heart gate and open up to the multidimensional realm, which is independent of the, someone to facilitate that for you. You are going to be connecting, aligning with your school, and your school finds you and puts you into the training. That is perfect. For me, I just like the idea and how it works. Closing ceremony will take place in the school. Okay, we go to the school. You will experience it differently, also with some similarities. And we will meet the teachers, ascended masters, archangels. Ascended masters are so cool, and archangels rock. So we will meet the teachers. We will have the fireworks in the forms of blessings and lots of love, lots of blessings, that intense blessings that we will be so grateful for, because what we are receiving from this spirit realm, higher realm, is something that can be only paid with gratitude. So the heart of gratitude is another key to, I think, to this journey. Gratitude. So we will present our gratitude to the teachers, and also I will share the messages if they are giving us any messages. You will hear some messages, see some visuals throughout the event. And in the first time I did this event in June, we did it in 2 days, 5 hours each day, and there was an introduction session 1 week before that. But it was a bit intense. I'm trying this is second time. The first one I call it retreat. This time I'm calling it workshop. We'll see how it is being perceived by the students. Day 1, day 2, day 3. So there are 3 days from 16, 17, 18 July, 2 to 5:40, only live participation, because we are there for the experience and we need to be actively present. And the energies will change with us, for us. It will take shape and flow with us. So it is good to have you in person. Maybe if you are missing some part, 1 hour, I can definitely accommodate that. But the guidance still is that it has to be live. London time. So this time is quite the middle of the day. You can connect from US, Australia. So it is quite flexible. Please convert to your local time if you can make it. That would be wonderful. The price is quite as cheap as possible, $44.99 for 11 hours training. And I will be calling each one of you to learn how you feel, what is your experience, if you have any questions, and if you need anything, I will be definitely delivering blessings. And also give you coaching. It's not just 20 minutes, half an hour, and I love feedbacks and I love learning how you experienced all that. Do you have any questions? I'm not sure if I'm seeing all the comments. So you can find the event on Eventbrite, also on Facebook. The name of the event is Online Workshop, Initiation to Multidimensional Consciousness Studies. So yes, please find it and join. It is next Friday. We start next Friday. For question and answers, please write to me. If I don't see your question here, I will check all the platforms and make sure I write answers. Thank you very much for being here and watching. It's really, it's been really I think I made it okay, and it's been pleasure to share. And we thank our higher selves, our spirit guides, teachers, for being here, for serving us, for holding space for us to learn about this topic. But what questions? I love questions. If you don't have any question, I will ask one question on behalf of everyone. How can I practice this on my own? What should I be? What should I pay attention to? Definitely, please ground with the soles of your feet. We have a Facebook group, Facebook Multidimensional Collective. In that private group, I have so many videos. Once a month, I held events for free. For like the group joins 10 people, later another 10, 20 people watch. So you can find those recordings. We have a Facebook page, Multidimensional Consciousness and the New Earth. It's the same as my book's name. You can definitely buy the book. It is $2.99 minimum price. During the pandemic, I didn't want to price it higher than that. So it is at the minimum price. My idea is to share the wisdom I received with as many people as possible. And the book has a page on Facebook page where I put these events mainly. So you might be able to find some videos there, some practices, but the practices are mainly in the private practice group, Multidimensional Collective. So please try one or two. Also, if you want to practice, keep grounding. Make sure that you send your roots to Mother Earth and first communicate with Mother Earth. Open your heart with your intention. Just be present to the sensations, and you can ask your multidimensional nature to activate and guide you. But that would be, of course, best if you watch the videos first and then try again and again. Maybe find your own ways, find your own pace. After that, try that could be better. Yes, I see no questions. I think everything is fine. Thank you, guys. I will end the broadcast. Hope to see you in the workshop if you can join. If you cannot make it, let me know. Still stay tuned, because I will be doing other talks on this page. Wherever you are, maybe group or YouTube, it could be any of these. And send you all love and light. Thank you very much. Have a lovely evening, day, and afternoon, night, wherever you are. Bye.